Good afternoon and welcome. We are so excited to be here for the 2023 VISAA Division I State Football Championship. We are live at the Abbey at Benedictine College Prep on River Road, and it is for the third year in a row, the Cadets and the Titans battling it out for a state championship. I am Rick Hamlin, joined here by my main man, Silvio Troy. What's up, Silvio?
I'm not really sure right now. It's just I got here a little while ago. It was a wild scene. All the parents, all the fans. I thought I got here early, but the cars definitely told me otherwise. People have been here for a very long time. Very excited for this monumental third time in a row state championship now held at the Abbey. Though a bit of a change of scenery for us, Hamlin.
Yeah. Well, thank you to Benedictine for allowing us to broadcast here, and we haven't frequently been able to take our show on the road, but we're glad we're able to bring you the pictures. As you may now see the Cadets coming onto your screen as they've just run out onto the field, and they are over the PA right now talking about Bobby Ross, the man for whom this stadium is named, and he is at midfield. He is doing the coin flip today. Bobby Ross, a Hall of Famer, an absolute legend of football, NFL coach for the San Diego Chargers and the Detroit Lions. He also won a college football national championship at Georgia Tech in 1990, and he is, of course, an alum of Benedictine from, I believe, the early 1960s. So I actually was really privileged to get a chance to talk to Coach Ross for a few minutes before the game today, and he was in great spirits. So really cool to have such a football legend here, and there are thousands of other people here, Silvio. Yeah. The scene is just fantastic. The atmosphere is amazing. The weather is perfect, and these teams who just played 2 weeks ago are about to do it all again. And in some ways, you would have expected back in August to see the Titans here for a third year in a row with the talent we know is on this team. But in other ways, it's kind of a miracle that we're here.
Yeah.
Having overcome fourth quarter deficits at St. Christopher's, home to Woodbury, and home to Flint Hill. I mean, those were three games that very easily Trinity could have lost and found a way to win in the end, to put themselves back in a position to compete for this title against a cadet team that's had an incredible season, 10-1, but the only loss coming against these very Titans. Really couldn't write a better script.
Not at all. For
either of these schools. And I was just thinking about next weekend is a huge rivalry weekend in college football. Auburn versus Alabama, Michigan versus Ohio State, UVA versus Virginia Tech. But today it's the best rivalry in Virginia independent school football, Trinity, Benedictine, and we are about to get it on. Silvio, what do you see as the keys for today's game?
I think the keys to today's game, as we said, the Titans are known for coming back after these late fourth quarters. And what really happens is these scoring drives from Benedictine are made from small mistakes that they are able to see. And that is one of the highlights of Benedictine that I've seen throughout their seasons. They capitalize on teams' mistakes. So Titans have to keep their mistakes under hand. You can't have those self-harming fouls or late penalties that could remove scores or giant yardages that we've seen sometimes that these Titans do. Really keeping it kind of a perfect game. You know, that's what you have to ask from your players every day. But, you know, they really have to do it here.
I had the privilege last night to be at the Trinity team meal, and I can assure you these guys are incredibly motivated, and it's obvious from being on this campus. I've been here for about 90 minutes now how motivated the Cadets are as well. Opening kick fielded by Brennan Ridley, and he is going to go ahead and have a touchback, and the Titans will take over and have the first possession of the game from their own 20-yard line. And, yep.
I mean, talking about Brennan Ridley as well as the other wide receiver corps, they're going to have a game today. We see injuries of starting players like Isaiah Robinson. He's been out for the season. And overall, talking about the wide receiver core, they play a vital role of today's game. They have to be able to produce. Kagan's going to have to throw the ball well. Because Benedictine, they were able to shut down. They pick one of the two. They either pick the running game to shut down, or they'll pick the wide receiver game to shut down. It's got to be one or the other. And so if it's going to be those wide receivers, Brennan Ridley, Deuce Edwards, and it looks like Ben Rosen, they're going to have to step up to the plate.
Yeah, and we don't see Devion Brown out here. He's been dealing with a couple of different injuries, and he is not in to start. Titans going deep, looking for Brennan Ridley. It's caught in stride by Brennan Ridley. 50-yard completion on the first play of the game. Tackle was made by Kamari Vini to save the touchdown. Vini made a huge tackle there, but what a move by Brennan Ridley, and what a pass by Tegan Logan. They've spotted the ball at the 25. Yeah, they're going to move it back to the 30 as the officials may be a little nervous here as well with these thousands of spectators on this sun splash day, and they actually gave him 5 extra yards there at first, but he was down to the 30. But great opening play, and what a throw by Tegan.
Yeah, what a throw.
Who's been dealing with his own serious injury concerns. James Woodward takes the handoff for an 8-yard gain. So also we mentioned Devion Brown not out there to start, neither was Trey Grant, but now we do see Trey Grant checking in, and that's a minor miracle in itself, as in the semifinals we saw Trey Grant taken in an ambulance. He had a serious neck injury, or what at least appeared to be a serious neck injury, but amazingly he's back out there. And we also now see at the top of your screen Devion Brown is into the game, and it's going to be a direct snap to Brennan Ridley, and Jawan Hutchins made the tackle for the Cadets. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 21, and Tegan Logan comes back in at quarterback. So a little wrinkle there by offensive coordinator Malcolm Bell, and I think both these teams are going to empty the chamber, so to speak, in terms of what they're willing to do with their playbook.
Oh, for sure.
Cadet student section beneath us getting loud on this critical 3rd down on the first possession of the game. Handoff goes to Trey Grant. He's got the first down. He needed 1. He picked up 3. Jackson Hall with the tackle, and Trey Grant is – actually, it's Deuce Edwards who was slow to get up. And we hear some of the Cadets seem to be cheering the injury.
That's the thing. Titans have had to struggle through the whole season with countless of injuries. We talked about last week, Trey Grant going out, Devion Brown going out, Zaire Rayner facing injuries throughout the season. I mean, Bowen Knight, countless other Titans, and that's kind of been the miracle of the Titans, how they've made it so far, going through countless of injuries. Great to see Deuce walking on his own power there to the sidelines. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Sorry
to interrupt, Sophie. I was just going to say, Deuce, of course, is such a huge part of the defense as well. Not a lot of sympathy from the Cadet students beneath us as they chant soft at Deuce Edwards as he is helped off the field. All right, first down, Titans from the 18. James Woodward follows his blockers, and after that initial 50-yard pass, the Titans have kept it on the ground for the last 4 plays.
I do like to see the multitude of the running backs that we talked about last time we played Benedictine a couple weeks ago. They really utilized the changing of, Trey Grant, Devion Brown, James Woodward. A lot of those guys bring their own special talents to the table. And to see Devion Brown in the backfield now, it's going to be interesting how Benedictine's able to stop all 3 of them. They all have 3 very different play styles that require different types of plays. So really interested to see what's going on.
Brennan Ridley in motion. Little toss to Devion Brown. He looks pretty quick there as he takes it to the right side and tackled at the 10-yard line. I think it was another Juwan Hutchins tackle, as the linebacker number 4 has already made 2 or 3 stops early here for the Cadets. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 10. Probably what you would consider 4-down territory for the Titans here. Although, of course, we know Evan Goldschmidt, last week's hero, is capable of kicking a field goal if they don't get the first down. And it's going to be close. He is going to get the first down. In fact, great second effort there by Trey Grant to pick up the first down and take the ball inside the 5. And 1st and goal from the 4. This time it's Chris Johnson, another linebacker with the tackle. But if you're a Titan fan, it's good when the linebackers are making tackles, because that means that the running game has gotten past that D-line and picked up a few yards. See Cam Walker in on the offensive end. It's a touchdown, Titans. Trey Grant. There's a fight on the track. 2 players are engaged. Refs get in there and break it up. We see a late flag, but after Trey Grant brought it in to the end zone, we saw Rodri McWilliams tackle Devion Brown onto the track, and not sure what led up to that. It'll be interesting to see what the flag, how they sort that out. But look, these teams, we up here in the booth have nothing but respect for the 2 schools, and I think anybody that knows me knows I've got a lot of respect for Benedictine. But these players on the field, there's plenty of adrenaline and some bad blood. They just keep running into each other and desperately want to beat each other, and so you see it manifest itself, and it'll be something to keep an eye on kind of after the play. Last year we saw a fight late in the game. Ultimately, I saw the flag but didn't see a signal. I guess just offsetting maybe.
Probably.
Extra point by Evan Goldschmidt is good. And the Titans get off to a great start, just like when these teams played 2 weeks ago at Huguenot. Trinity took the ball the length of the field, and this time an 80-yard drive highlighted by a 50-yard pass play from Tegan Logan to Brennan Ridley, and then I believe 6 or 7 straight runs, a mix of Trey Grant, James Woodward, and Devion Brown. Also Brennan Ridley had a carry in there, and the Titans strike first blood with a 7-0 lead.
I want to talk about the defense now. We're going to see Titans go on the defense, and I think as we talked about, I think I saw Cameron Walker. You said you saw Cameron Walker. You're seeing a lot of these guys play 2 ways now. Cameron Walker never really hopping on that offense. They have to fill in for positions. I mean, we see Juice Edwards. I don't know what his health status is right now. We're going to see in a couple minutes. But a lot of these guys are playing 2 ways, and that's going to really take a toll on their bodies. Only being 8 minutes in, we have 8 minutes, a lot of game to play. As long as they can keep the effort they need to, is going to be really tough on them.
Yeah, and I see a little short kick there to one of the up men who fields it at the 35, and it's a tough ball to field. I got to give a lot of credit there to, I believe that was number 6, Chris Johnson. I'm sorry, no, I think that's number 5, Vini, who made the catch. That was a tough ball to handle, so good job by Vini. He had some Titans bearing down on him. And I was just about to say, I know that was a great first drive, and the Titans were very successful with a 36-7 win against Benedictine 2 weeks ago, but I would be shocked if this game doesn't go late, close to the 4th quarter.
I'd agree with you.
I just think it's meant to be a tight 4-quarter game today. So pass back and look for the halfback pass, and he's wide open, and
he's going.
It is connection. Riley Rooney, 65 yards on the pass from Leo Bolin, and Bolin is fired up. We had a great vantage point up here for that one, and I knew immediately when they passed it back to Bolin, they were looking for that halfback option, but fooled the Titan secondary, and Riley Rorty was wide open.
Wide open. And what a beautiful play that was, those halfback options. You're going to see those all day long. We're going to see, these offensive coordinators go into those playbooks, finding those tricky plays that are not going to be able to manageable. And it's 6-7, and it's going to be
the extra point is good.
Now.
And one play, 12 seconds, 65 yards, and just like that, we are tied. But yeah, exactly, Sylvia. We were just talking about both coaching staffs are going to leave no stone unturned.
Yeah.
Dial up whatever they can, and clearly you could tell that's a play that the Cadets would have worked on all week, and it worked to perfection.
We're talking about seeing no defensive play, but I mean, not even giving a chance there. Back to 7-7. I think, as you said, it's going to be a high-scoring, close game all the way to the fourth.
And we are right behind the massive Benedictine student section, and they are understandably incredibly excited by that play. When these teams played 2 weeks ago, the Cadets were held scoreless for the first half, but this time just one play, and they are into the end zone. Another big kick clears the end zone. Cole Drauker, I was watching him in warm-ups. He's got quite a leg. He was nailing field goals from around 50 yards, so something to keep an eye on. We've already mentioned we think it's going to be close, and Drauker showing off his leg there. We've only seen one kicker this year that can put the ball through the end zone. I think Silvio's favorite player that we've been against, Woodbury Forest's Osana, the Carolina commit, player that we enjoyed watching a couple weeks back, or I guess 3 weeks ago now. All right, so once again, starting field position at the 20. And I wonder if Trinity will respond with their own sort of trick play. No, very traditional handoff. And that's just a fantastic effort by Trey Grant, because the Cadets' defensive line gave him no room, but he was able to bounce it outside, and he still didn't pick up a ton of yards. Not a great spot, but picked up a couple. Tim Simic made the tackle for the Cadets. Trey Grant again, close to a first down. I think it's going to be third and about a half a yard. A.J. Jackson made the tackle on the back end there. Once again, maybe not quite as good a spot as you would have hoped if you're a Titan fan. I thought he made it past the 29, but they actually spotted back at the 28. So 3rd and 2. Grant picks his way across the 30. And it is a first down for the Titans. And once again, it's A.J. Jackson on the tackle. And after that initial 50-yard bomb from Logan to Ridley, Silvio, we've seen the Titans elect to run the ball every play.
It's going quite a while. I think, I've seen the multitude of almost every single wide receiver that we may have on our roster line up at the line today so far. We see Taylor Benson come out. Brenton Ridley's still out there. Davion Brown was in the last drive, not out there right now. But we're using kind of everybody that we have on our field, and it's really interesting to see if they can drive down this field.
This time Logan does look to pass. He connects with Sam DeFrancesca, and DeFran is just shy of the first down. Tackled by Khalil Moore.
Complete to DeFrancesca.
And it is going to be marked for a 9-yard gain. It'll be second and a long one. DeFrancesca, just a sophomore, and Silvio, I feel like as the years progress, we see him more and more involved in the Titan game plan. James Woodward, the senior running back, looks like he did pick up a first down. Jackson Hall made the tackle, but Woodward needed about 1.5 yards. He picked up 3 yards and another Titan first down.
Just the spring, James Woodward, the speed James Woodward brings is insane. His acceleration, probably one of the fastest guys out there on the field. So, I mean, definitely, I think we haven't talked about yet, is O-line. They have a big, big job. Very good D-line from the Cadets. Going to be holding them back all day long. But the O-line's job, they got to make opportunities for James Woodward, Trey Grant, Davion Brown all day long. There's going to be a lot of jobs. You'll see these other guys playing two ways. Also on the D-line. See them, they have a very important role to play today.
Little play action. Taken under some pressure. His throw is short, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Coverage by Khalil Moore. And the intended receiver there was Taylor Benson. And Silvio, you right before that play were talking about the O-line. I got a chance to talk to offensive line coach Mitch Rosen last night, and he has a tremendous amount of confidence in his guys. That was one of the things that, talking to the coaches last night, they felt like line play was going to be the difference, and Coach Rosen was very emphatic that he believed his guys would do what was necessary up front. And so far, Titans, every time they've run the ball, have been able to pick up positive yardage. 2nd and 10 here, though, after the incompletion. Davion Brown gets the handoff. Makes a nice gain, still on his feet, and he picked up 5 yards, just shy of midfield. Is a Cadet player a little slow to get up, and
Beanie on the stop.
Benedictine athletic trader Brandy Beatty out there quickly to attend to the young man. Can't see who's down, but and I don't want to speculate, but strong run there by Davion Brown. We know he's been dealing with a couple different injuries for several weeks now and re-aggravated something. Didn't get a lot of snaps, to be honest, in the Flint Hill game. He got hurt early, and the Titans had to do most of that without him. So it's good to see him moving pretty well. I think all week that was the question I got more than any other question at school. Would Davion Brown, the man affectionately known as Fat Rat, be able to play? And it is A.J. Jackson, a guy we've seen make several tackles already, who was the Cadet who was down there. Dr. Steve Reese, a person who's an important member of both these communities at Trinity and Benedictine, long-time assistant basketball coach at Benedictine and at Trinity, and the team doc for both these teams. Great to see Dr. Reese out there, one of the best sports medicine guys in all the state, and A.J. Jackson's in good hands with Doc Reese. All right, big 3rd and 5 here, just shy of midfield. Tagan's got some time. He's going deep. Caught by Brennan Ridley, and he's tackled, but at the 11-yard line by Vini. But what a throw by Tagan Logan, and a great over-the-shoulder catch by Brennan Ridley. Kind of reminded me of a Willie Mays type catch for the old-timers, that over-the-shoulder basket catch. Really impressive. And great job again by the O-line. Silvio, you've talked about the O-line a lot, and they gave some time there for Tagan to be able to make that long developing play. All right, 1st and 10, so it is just outside the 10-yard line at the 11. Titans could get a first down theoretically without getting in the end zone. Trey Grant picks up just 1 yard. Probably that was the shortest run that Trinity's had so far. And it's number 33, Tim Simic, on the tackle for the Cadets. We see Tagan Logan look over to the sidelines to Malcolm Bell for the play. One thing that we have back at Aycock Stadium now is a play clock that you can sort of see how much time they have. We don't see that here, but Tagan does a good job of always getting the play off, even when he is able to have what feels like a long conversation with Coach Bell. Little toss to Trey Grant. Good block, but a good job by the Cadets to rally to the football. I thought Trey might have a little more room, as Will Rosen did a good job blocking for him, but another tackle by Jackson, who's the – or maybe Hutchins actually on the tackle. All right, 3rd and 8.
They've been on these third down plays a lot. Looks like the the drives that they onto always lead down to these big third down plays, but so far the Titans have been able to prevail each and every time.
Yeah, this is the longest they've had to go on third down, and also not a whole lot of room to work with. I'd look for Devion Brown here at the bottom of your screen, and we do get a flag, and it is a delay of game. So I was just talking about how generally Tegan does a really nice job of using a lot of the play clock but getting the play off in time. However, with no play clock that he can visibly see, that time he took too long, and now it's 3rd and 13. I still don't think it changes your play too much. I think he is going to look for Devion Brown, and he's off his hands just a little too high. And good coverage there by Rodri McWilliams. And I don't see any sign yet of Evan Goldschmidt, the kicker. So on 4th down,
and I'd be expecting the same thing if they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to see Brendan Ridley or Devion Brown all day long.
This is the biggest play so far. 4th down. Cadet fans making some noise. And it's now going to be a timeout call by the Titans. And I think a wise one. Get things straight for this key 4th down. While we have a chance, I want to make sure we thank everybody who's contributing to this broadcast today. Coach Carter Tyree, our executive producer, who was out here at 9 o'clock this morning getting everything set up so that we could bring you this broadcast. Our producer, Ash Bell, the best student producer that we have at TESPN, who's got a long day, as Ash will be the stage manager for Cabaret tonight, one of the highlights of the Trinity calendar. So huge Titan shout out to Ash Bell for Ash is going to be working for about, 10, 12 hours today between this broadcast and Cabaret, our annual talent show. And then our spotter, Briggs Pinar, from our sports media and broadcasting class, just a freshman. He is up here. So every time we call out the tackler, you can thank Briggs for that. And as always, my main man, Silvio Troy. Yeah. Silvio, fourth time this year. We thought it was our last broadcast together, but this one is for sure. And on 4th down, taken under pressure, nobody open. Flag comes out. Pass is incomplete, and I'm going to guess it's probably holding, in which case the Cadets are going to take over. It is holding. It is declined, and Benedictine stiffens and makes the stop.
And that's that 7-minute drive right there. We're going to look back at maybe the end of the game, seeing if that drive would have been the one that they needed. Which it might be. These defenses are going to have a very big and heavy day on them. They're going to have drives like that. Both these offenses, Titans can have that quick striking offense. The Benedictine, they really go for those, thought well plays. They take their time. They're going through. These drives will last 8, 9, 10 minutes. It's a big day for these defenses, and they're going to have to make the stops. Well, a great stop by.
That's a great point, Silvio. Right, and the Titan defense, if nothing else, they should be fresh because they've only played one play in the first 10-plus minutes of action. It's a handoff. Good run by Leo Bowling. We saw Bowling in a couple of these. This is, of course, the 6th time these teams have played in the last 3 years, and we've seen Bowling a couple of times have really good games. Yep. 2 weeks ago in the game at Huguenot, the Titans did a great job of keeping Bowling in check, but he started the game with a touchdown pass from that halfback position, and then there he's able to get a good run for 6 yards. This is a quarterback keeper. No, it is a handoff to Bowling. They fooled me, and it's a great run by Bowling. He picked up a 1st down and a lot more all the way out to the 40-yard line. And 1st down, Benedictine, a 20-yard run by Leo Bowling. He has been a really key player in every offensive play the Cadets have had thus far.
And then a lot of times last week, we would always be able to say one guy's name each and every time that we thought a tackle was going to be happening, and that's Jay Williams. And sadly, he's not out there today. able to make those big stops with one of the leaders of the Titans defense.
Bowling goes between the tackles for a 5-yard gain. And Silvio, you bring up something that we have neglected to mention so far, and that's the absence of Jay Williams. We interviewed him after last week's game. Heart and soul of the Titan defense. No secret, he's been one of my absolute favorite players ever to watch in a Titan uniform, and he got injured in practice a few days ago, and I know he had hoped to give it a go, but at least so far we haven't seen Jay, and that is a huge hole in that defense. This time Bowling is thrown for a loss, and a great job there as Zaire Rayner is able to get into the backfield, but also Trey Cherry, the freshman, and that's probably going to be the last play of the first quarter. It is, as the Cadets are in no hurry to try and get off one more play. So with 1 quarter in the books, Trinity Episcopal 7, Benedictine 7. And when we return, it'll be a critical 3rd down and 6 for the Cadets. We're going to take just a very brief 30-second break. Do not go anywhere. All right, we're back, and it is an important 3rd and 6 for the Cadets at their own 44. Snap back to Shelton. His pass is caught. It's a 1st down. That is Luca Puccinelli, the senior Wake Forest commit. And Zaire Rayner is down for the Titans, and that is not what you want to see.
Luca Puccinelli, a very big tight end for the Benedictine Cadets there. You're going to see him a lot later today, and he's the guy that they're going to be looking for in those short down, 3rd down conversions.
And with, I tell you, as Zaire Rayner is being accused by some folks here of being soft, I can promise you that that young man is not soft. What he's been playing through all season is a not insignificant knee injury, and he's as tough as they come, and he's up and looks to be moving off the field pretty well, so that's great news. Zaire, of course, is committed to Minnesota. Going to be playing in the Big Ten next year, and the Golden Gophers have a big one today against Ohio State. But Z is going to have to come off the field, and Ben Rosen and James Woodward will be the safeties. 1st down Cadets after the catch by Puccinelli. Leo Bowling's got a good hold. And tackle made by Deuce Edwards. We do see a flag, and I think we might get a face mask.
And the difference between what we've seen a couple weeks ago when the Titans and Cadets were last facing off is the defense and their ability to stop Leo Bowling, and that's going to be a big thing today if they can bring down Leo Bowling and the giant run game the Cadets have had.
Actually, it's a hold against the Cadets, so the reason I guess face mask is that the Cadet bench underneath us, they were all signaling. They thought it was a face mask, but it actually is a holding call. So that'll move it back to make it 1st and 15. Zaire Rayner still out. Bowling, no gain there, and I was wrong. Zaire Rayner is not out. Zaire Rayner is in and made the tackle, and my apologies. He's just closer to the line of scrimmage than we're usually used to seeing him, and usually we see Z at the back end of that defense, but he was up there and made the tackle just one play after coming off. Not soft, Zaire Rayner. All right, 2nd and 15. Looking to the top. It is a good catch. Really nice catch made. Freddie Barber. It's a 9-yard gain for Freddie Barber. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 36. And Freddie had to go to the ground to get that one, but showed off some really strong hands, and he made a few big catches when these two teams met in the regular season as well.
Another major third down.
Bowling, nothing doing for him there. Cam Walker got in the backfield, and then several Titans got to Bowling quickly. 4th and 5 coming up from the 35, and Cadets are going to go for it. We just saw the Cadets make it a critical 4th down stop a few minutes ago, and now the Titan defense is going to be put in the same situation. Also, watch out for Shelton with his legs. And sure enough, he tries to run for it. He's going to get it.
Wow.
What a run by Cody Shelton. He got first tackled 3 or 4 yards short of the first down, but he was able to drive his way through the tacklers and picked up a huge first down. And, I mean, I said it just as the play was coming that last time these teams played, that was the number one option that Benedictine went to, was Shelton on the ground on key 3rd and 4th downs, and he's a real weapon with his legs, and he just showed you why. And, you know, both teams just faced crucial 4th downs. Titans didn't get it. Cadets did. Shelton's going to keep it again, showing off that speed. What a tackle. Still picked up 4 yards, but that was Khalid Rayner, the freshman. And I think if Khalid doesn't make that tackle, Shelton would have gone for a first down. Still picked up 5, though, so it'll be 2nd and 5. Cadets definitely in field goal range as well. If it comes to that, we saw Drelker, as I mentioned earlier, booming kicks in warm-ups. It's again Shelton. Dives forward for a gain of 3 to the 20-yard line.
Make some love on the stop.
3rd and a long one.
3rd down and 5 for the Cadets.
Shelton looking over to the sidelines. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a shot to the end zone here on 3rd and short. The way the running game's going, I think they feel like they could get it on 4th down, even if they don't get it here. And it is play action. He is looking for the end zone. Great job, though, by the Titans. I'm not sure which of the Titan defenders it was that got their hand on it, either Trey Cherry or Ashton Lawler, but great coverage in the secondary by Ben Rosen and James Woodward. And on 4th down, Cadets will go for it. But like I said, Silvio, I mean, I think they have enough confidence in the running game that they could look to take that shot on 3rd down. But a great job by the Titans. And we just saw Benedictine pick up a key 4th down just a minute ago. And it's 4th down again. This time 4th and 2. Long 1, 2, somewhere in there. And it's a timeout called for by Benedictine. Coach Greg Lilly wanted to make sure he gets the exact play he wants. So one thing I just popped in my head, I want to say this before we go further. I mentioned that our executive producer, Carter Dyree, got here 4 hours before the game to help set everything up. He's also manning the camera today. want to make sure to, because without that, you wouldn't be able to watch this game.
Yeah.
So shout out again to Tyree. But Silvio, on this huge 4th down, what are you looking for?
I think, as I said all day, I don't think it's going to be Leo Bowling. I think Leo's going to be shot too many times. I think it's going to be a fake handoff, and Cody Shelton's going to be able to keep the ball and run right for that 1st down.
Yep.
Just because of how good these secondaries of James Woodward, Ben Rosen have been playing in that backfield, and Cameron Walker and many other D linemen have been stopping Leo Bowling in the run game. Cody Shelton's going to be your best option here.
Yeah, I definitely keep an eye on Bowling, but also Shelton, the quarterback, as well. Last play I predicted they would throw, and they did. This time I think they're going to run. We'll see. No, they do look to pass. I was wrong that time. The pass is caught. He is stopped inside the 1. What a catch, though, by Jordan Callahan. And I'm going to maybe stop predicting what the plays are going to be there, but great catch by Callahan. And now on 1st down, Shelton keeps it, and he is no signal yet. He's short. He is short. 2nd and goal.
That's just a strong D-line there.
It's about as close as you can get, though, without being in. Cadets need to be careful not to get a penalty here. This time he goes off tackle, and he is in. Touchdown, Benedictine. And the Cadets have taken the lead.
And again,
Cody Shelton keeps.
And again, that's a very long drive from the offense that you're going to be seeing all day long, that both these offenses and defenses are going to be holding all very long. I mean, that was a 6-7 minute drive there that you're going to be expecting to see. Both defenses are going to have to make those stops, and with 2 big 4th down plays that Benedictine's able to convert both times, time defense, you can't let that happen to make those stops.
Well, we've seen 2 Benedictine drives. The first was just 1 play. That one, we didn't track it, but that had to be close to 18 plays. Yeah. Multiple 4th down conversions, and 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the Cadets.
Fire start for the Cadets offense, and so I'm expecting to see they've done a great job incorporating Leo Bowling, the run game, Cody Shelton, and his quarterback Keeps, and even his arm. They've had some great throwing plays as well.
Yeah, it is awfully loud here. Cadets celebrating that touchdown, as you would expect, and I'm even having trouble hearing Silvio, and he's right next to me. But great job by Benedictine. They've come in with just a focus and an expectation that today is going to be different than things were 2 weeks ago. And
yeah,
so far, if you're a Cadet fan watching, you got to be really excited about what you're seeing out there. And the absence of Jay Williams, the do-it-all linebacker slash D lineman slash safety for the Titans, is definitely being felt. And, you know, Jay told us when we interviewed him last week, he said, I'm just a defensive player. I don't really consider a position. Ben Rosen fielded that. Probably would have been better off letting it go out of bounds, actually, where it would have given the Titans a little bit better field position. But still decent field position at the 29-yard line. And actually it's going to be more like the 28. Big drive here. I mean, momentum squarely with the Cadets. Yep. Fans are into it. You can almost watch the Benedictine fans starting to believe right beneath us. And I think if you're a Titan fan, you want to make sure to get momentum back on your side. This is not going to happen on that play. Trey Grant for a loss. Tim Simic
having a game so far. Shutting down Trey Grant completely.
Simic tackles him for a 2-yard loss. And I just think Trinity needs something positive right now. There's Simic again, pressuring Tegan Logan, and the pass was incomplete.
Got a little bit lucky there. There wasn't a picked up there. Great pressure from Tegan Logan, so that pass was a little bit wide. Looked like could have gone through Bryn Ridley's hand right to the defenders.
Yeah, Simic has just been everywhere. And 3rd and 12. You see Cam Walker in at offense again. Actually, Cam is now coming out. Titans wide receivers look confused on even what the play is. Snap's not great. Taken under pressure. But he's mixing strike, and Brennan Ridley could not quite come down with it. He's just barely overthrown. We do see Kamari Vini, who was on the coverage for the Cadets, is still down there at the back end of that play, and I thought that was a pretty exceptional throw by Tegan Logan considering the pressure he was under, and put it out there. He gave Brennan a chance, but Brennan just could not quite get under it. And, you know, Sylvia, you and I have done this long enough. I frequently like to just talk about the weather. Haven't really talked much about it, but there's not a cloud in the sky. It is an absolutely postcard, picture perfect fall day. But I am curious if maybe Brennan had a little trouble locating the ball in the sun. It's just like it couldn't be sunnier, and it's that kind of late fall, low sun in the sky, and Brennan really has arguably the best hands on the team, and it's a catch you'd expect him to come up with. Vini looks to be in some discomfort, limping off here, but this is going to be a punt, however, so Vini will have a little bit of time to regroup before the Cadets have to play defense again. And if they are able to possess the ball as long as they did on the last drive, who knows? Titans might not even get the ball back this half. Huey Stone's punt is effective. It's low, but it's a good one. And the returner, Freddie Barber, stepped out of bounds at the 25. So great job by Huey to flip field position there. It's actually, even though it wasn't the maybe prettiest punt of all time, it's a 49-yard punt with no return. So remember that play if the Titans are able to swing the momentum, the flipping of field position by the punter, sophomore Huey Stone. First down handoff to Leo Bowling. Bowling picked up 4 yards. That's James Woodward on the tackle.
And again,
Leo Bowling, he's just such a big back. Yeah, go ahead, Sylvia. I think we're about to say the same thing.
We had the same thought there. Leo Bowling having what a day he's having just so much size over a lot of the other guys in the Titans, having to go through a lot of the younger players with, Jay, a couple other really big guys out that are kind of monumental for that defense.
This time Cody Shelton keeps it. He picked up another 4 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 2. And the Titans have really struggled to get stops when they've needed to.
Yeah,
with this field position, you would have to think it's probably, if they can get a stop on 3rd down, I doubt Benedictine would go for it like they have already several times on 4th down, but that was in plus territory. So it's a chance for this Titan defense to make their first stop of the game as we're under 5 minutes left in the first half. Wow, it is
gonna be close.
Not going to be a stop. I thought they had him, but Bowling able to reach across and get that first down, and Bowling is a little slow to get up. Actually, sorry, that's not Bowling, but one of the offensive linemen who's a little slow to get up there, but he is going to sub out number 71, Doug Cleavert, as 55. Brady Quist checks in, the sophomore. But, yeah, I thought they had Bowling stuff for no gain, but back to that point about his size, I mean, he can just kind of fall forward, and our program doesn't list height and weight, but Bowling's probably got to be 6'4", 6'5", running back that just reaches the ball out, and this time it is Bowling again, and he picks up another 7-yard gain, and so far Leo Bowling is the player of the game.
Yeah. Mason Love able to bring him down there, but again, Mason, I mean, it's just showing you, I think as we said before, talking about how Trey Grant, a lot of those other guys that are being tackled by the linebackers, and again there, Leo Bowling's able to get a lot of yards until he's tackled.
Bowling close to another first down. I think he got it. He does. First down at the 47. Generous spot perhaps, but Bowling is earning those yards for sure. This time Bowling only got 1 yard.
They're going to swap him out now. So I'm guessing we're going to see a passing play.
Yeah, Bowling, I'm pretty sure he's played every snap so far, but the Cadets this time go 4 wide, 3 to the bottom of your screen, 1 receiver up top, and running back Riker Cook into the backfield, who we saw him play a fairly significant role when these teams played before. It's a fake to Cook. Shelton only picked up 1, and really for the first time today, it's 3rd and long for the Cadets, 3rd and 8. And this Titan defense, which has come up big so many times this year, has got to get off the field.
Yeah.
If you're a Titan fan, something they have yet to do today. Bowling still on the sidelines. This time it's 2 receivers to either side. Still Cook in the backfield on 3rd and 8. And keep an eye on Shelton's legs. He is in trouble, but he stays on his feet. Still on his feet. Finally brought down, a big tackle by Cam Walker for a huge loss. That's a sack and a 12-yard loss. And we see a timeout call by Trinity as they're going to get the ball back, and Coach Mickens wants to preserve a little bit of time for his offense with 1:49 to go till halftime. Cam Walker, the senior, makes a huge stop. And speaking of halftime and speaking of Cam Walker, if you haven't watched our interview from a couple weeks ago yet with Cam Walker, James Woodward, and Bowen Knight, I highly encourage Titan fans to check that out at halftime on our YouTube page. Or we also interviewed this week, Silvio and I got a chance to interview Zaire Rayner, Will Rosen, and Brennan Ridley. You can check that out. All 6 of those guys, well, all 7 counting Silvio, really impressive young men. I know I told some folks this week we had Armando Baycott lined up for a halftime interview. Of course, the legendary Trinity basketball player who's All-American down at Carolina, but unfortunately Mondo was not able to make the trip. We'll get him on at some point on ESPN, but I know he's watching, so what's up, big fella? I know you understand this rivalry a lot, and shout out to Mondo. All right, 4th and long. Cadets punt for the first time today. Takes a good bounce for the Cadets, and Brennan Ridley will not be able to return it down to the 27-yard line. It's right about the same spot that the Titans punted from a few minutes ago, and with 1:40 to go and 1 timeout, Trinity will try and progress the ball down the field and see if they can get on the board again before halftime. Also, while I'm giving out shout-outs, want to give a shout-out to the legend of all Titan legends, Dr. Tom Aycock. watching at home and sustained a little injury and doing some yard work this week, but best wishes to Dr. Aycock to heal up soon. We love you and hope you're enjoying the broadcast. All right, no gain there for Trey Grant on first down, and that gets the clock moving as well. Chris Johnson with the tackle, and kind of that area with the clock if you're the Titans where you want to go fast but not too fast where you would potentially leave Benedictine with time. So
Yeah.
we roll down just over a minute. Logan under pressure. He leaks out. He is able to escape still. Throws it deep. Incomplete, and I think he maybe wanted a flag as he got shoved out of bounds, but no flag. Good pressure on the play. Terrell Zotalis Holland ultimately shoved Tegan Logan out of bounds. That does stop the clock with 58 seconds left. Devion Brown a little slow after running over 50 yards there, a little slow to get back onto his side of the line of scrimmage. We know he's fighting through a lot just to be out there today. 3rd and 12, and it's going to pretty sure become 3rd and 7 as Tim Simic tried to anticipate the snap, but he jumped off sides. But can't give Simic too much criticism as he's been remarkable so far in the first half. And Devion Brown, I believe, is asking. Oh, he's not asking to come out. He just wants to switch sides and be on that near side of the field for this now 3rd and 7 after the penalty.
Big 3rd down play here.
And yeah, it's going to go right back as Sam DiFrancesca moved from his slot receiver position. So it was 3rd and 12, then it was 3rd and 7, and now it's 3rd and 12 again.
Yeah.
And the Cadet fans making a lot of noise. That might have had an impact on that play here at Bobby Ross Stadium. Tegan looking for Devion, and he overthrew him a little bit. And no flags. Thought I saw Deuce Edwards motioning that he thought there should be a flag. Maybe he thought he got held, but the Cadets hold again, and with 52 seconds until halftime, Cadets might have a chance here with 2 timeouts in their pocket to do something. Yeah. They're also going to get it to start the second half. Cadets have a player running on late. Great punt by Hugh Stone. Drives the return man back. He is going to try and scoop it up from his own 10. And it's a pretty good return, but a heck of a tackle by Ben Rosen. But a good return by Freddie Barber. He picked it up at his own 10 and brought it all the way back to the 35. Heck of a punt by Hugh Stone.
Oh, yeah, Hugh Stone.
I mean, that was, let's see, the line of scrimmage was the 26. He fielded it at the 10. That's 40 plus 24. That's like a 64-yard punt, I think, by Hugh Stone. It is 39 seconds left. Cadets with 2 timeouts. Leo Bowling back in. And they're actually just going to go ahead and take a knee, not risk anything. Here are some of the Benedictine fans grumbling. I hear a couple boos beneath us, but Coach Lilly, I think, is satisfied with the halftime lead, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half. So rather than take any risk, you got a Trinity secondary with the likes of Deuce Edwards, Zaire Rayner and company, who have the ability to have a pick 6. So despite some grumbling, totally understand why Benedictine would be just content with a 14-7 halftime lead and the ball to start the second half. And Silvio, before we take a little break here at halftime, just love to get your impressions and thoughts from this first half of play.
I mean, yeah, we'll break down the Titans offense there. First drive, amazing passing plays by Tegan Logan, but other than that, we haven't seen the ball thrown. We've seen it overthrown a couple times to Davion Brown, Brennan Lidley. Those guys have good hands. You got to trust those receivers on those one-on-ones, and most of the times they are going to win them. So, I'm looking for more of those one-on-ones with Brennan Ridley and Davion Brown to be coming out again and again. Trey Grant, James Woodward have had nothing in the back line there. Trey Grant hasn't had those extraordinary runs that we've normally seen him do. And overall, the Titan defense has been struggling to shut down Leo Bowling and company. And a lot of the backfield and running game that the Benedictine Cadets have been able to produce. And that's what really is kind of the long drives legging it out to make it 14-7 in a really close game so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're a Benedictine fan, first half has gone pretty much exactly according to plan, other than that first defensive drive. Been able to limit the Titans' offense, unlike the first matchup, and hit that first offensive play from the Cadets. They really established themselves that they're here to play today. They're here to win on the halfback option pass, Bowling to Rorty for 65 yards. And then the second Benedictine drive, they just churned out first down after first down, almost all on the ground with maybe a couple of throws sprinkled in, including a key throw down to the 1 yard line that was caught by Jordan Callahan. But just a lot of credit to the Cadets. They are looking like a much different team than what we saw at Huguenot High School when these teams played 2 weeks ago, and I'm not surprised. I mean, I expected this. They're a great team. They're 10-1 and the #1 seed for a reason. And Coach Lilly has the Cadets, I believe, in his 15 years here. This is the, I think, 8th time they've been in the state championship game. It's a proud program, and they're up for it. So Titans still have 24 minutes to get it done. We've seen this Titan team come from behind in 3 of the last 4. And I think if you're a Titan fan, there's plenty of reasons to still be optimistic. But if you're a Cadet fan, you've got every reason to believe that this 5-game losing streak against Trinity ends here today.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see how it all plays out. So thanks everybody who is tuned in. I know there's tons of great college football on today, so we really appreciate you choosing to spend your afternoon with us. And I promise you there's nowhere I'd rather be than at the VISAA State Championship football game as these two ancient rivals face off for all the marbles, and it's all still to play for in the second half. We'll take a break for a few. Your halftime score, Benedictine 14, Trinity Episcopal 7. Back in a few. Stay tuned.
You are watching
Trinity Episcopal School Production Network, TESPN.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the last fall TESPN Titan Takeover. I'm Ryan Lloyd, joined here by
Sophia Moore.
and we're going to be recapping all of the fall sports as everyone except for football is finished up. All right, we'll look at cross country first. They finished 16th at states on the boys' side, and probably their 2 highlights, the best performances throughout the year was Matthew Wobleck finished 9th at the FUMA Invitational, and Brady Ciacia ended up at 10th at Collegiate.
And as for girls, they finished 11th at states, with 2 of their best performances being when they placed 2nd at FUMA and 3rd at Collegiate.
Yeah, we'll change gears to boys soccer. Boys soccer finished the year 10-7-1, losing to Collegiate in the state quarterfinal, who ended up going on and winning the state championship. Boys soccer, just speaking from a personal level, battled through a lot of adversity, a lot of injuries at the start of the year, and kind of coming back from some of those, getting those key players back was huge. To finish out the regular season, we told ourselves that we had to win those final 4 games of the regular season, and we did, all of which in kind of convincing fashion. But I just wanted to maybe look at maybe what was your outlook on it, maybe a different one from mine.
So I got to see one of the first boys soccer games that they played, and obviously starting off as like a new team with all these new players after losing a myriad of seniors, there was definitely a little bit that they needed to kind of work on, but then going on to like the season, it was really impressive to see how much the team kind of came together and kind of became like that family that Trinity is known for their teams being. So I thought that was really impressive by the boys.
Yeah, the Titans boys soccer we ended up finishing 4th in the prep league, along with that quarterfinal loss to Collegiate. Previously in the first round, we had beaten St. John Paul the Great 4-1 to advance to that quarterfinal. And while the all-state selections have not come out for boys soccer, the all-league ones have, and we're happy to report that for the second time, Seth Molesky has been named an all-prep player, along with Hay Shepard. So big congrats to those two guys as their successful high school soccer careers come to an end with I think proper recognition that they deserve.
I agree.
All right, we're going to look at volleyball now. They finished 9-12 on the season. They ended up winning 3 out of their last 4 games. Kind of late spark towards the end, but it wasn't enough. They didn't end up making it into the state tournament, their last loss being in that LIS tournament, but they had some real standout players. Captain Caitlin Watkins, really the spiritual and physical leader of that team, one of the most dominant players. Her overall stats, 2.4 kills per set and 3.4 digs, which is the highest on the team, so really impressive stats from her.
We also saw our block leader being Jalen Thurman, who, as you can see every game, she was getting a lot of blocks. Her season-ending total was 82 blocks. And Dakota Baldwin was also going with kills, and she had a 2.1 kills per set. Very impressive by both.
Yeah, the Titan volleyball, they'll look to keep building, and the amount of young talent they have. That varsity team only has 2 seniors, Caitlin and Matt Corso. They have, I think, somewhere around 8 or 9 juniors on that team. So they will return a ton of talent next year. We just mentioned Jalen, along with some other standouts such as Dakota Baldwin. So I think we're looking forward to build with momentum. They've got 2 feeder teams, 2 JV teams now, so they've got a lot of talent coming up through the grassroots level. Yeah,
and I'm excited who will kind of take Caitlin Watkins' position as kind of that like dominant force on the team. So we'll have to wait till next season to find out.
Yeah, we'll go to girls tennis. They had their most successful season in about a decade, or maybe more. They ended up finishing 14-6 on the season, 3rd in LIS. A noteworthy performance in that LIS. Susanna Whitehead, the sophomore transfer, the #1 player at Trinity, was able to knock off the #1 girl at Collegiate. That girl had not lost in 3 years, so great job by Susanna to really knock someone off their pedestal in just her first season competing in VISAA.
Yeah, I think tennis out of every single sport this entire season has had the most impressive season, especially coming from like not always like having that kind of record to getting this record is really impressive, especially since the team is filled with so many talented sophomores. So we're going to see this talent continue to grow, get stronger, and more girls enter the team.
Yeah, I also want to point out, while they definitely had an influx of talent this year, a little bit of not a complete coaching staff change, more of a coaching staff addition, as they added several new coaches, including more of a swing coach to kind of help those girls work on their development. Will really help going forward, and I know that they're poised to come back next season. We're able to knock off St. Catherine's in the state quarterfinal, which is really a huge momentous win for them, and we're just going to keep going. I got faith.
I do too.
All right, lastly, we're going to take a look at field hockey. Field hockey, another successful season under Coach Margie Sneed. I don't even know. I don't even have enough fingers or toes to count the amount of Coach of the Year awards that Margie Sneed has. She's been a great leader of that program, and you can clearly look back at the records and see just how successful that team has been. Multi-state champion and multi-LIS champion teams. Weren't able to get either this year, but amid some really tough competition, we're battling with Collegiate back and forth throughout the year for that #1 All-Metro rating, and we're able to knock them off at our place once, ended up losing to them at their place twice, once in the regular season and another time in the LIS championship.
Even though we didn't secure the final win, we definitely have some really amazing players on the team.
Those including Carson B., Darcy Kopsinis, Shepard Ramsey, Ellie Johnson and Avery Johnson, along with LG Logan.
We also have 4 state girls, Carson and Darcy being on the first team, and Ellie and Shet being on the second.
Yeah, another great season for field hockey. Tons of all-state and all-league recommendations that have come down for those. That continues the tradition. I'm sure there'll be more next year. That program will graduate 5 seniors. Mia Watkins, Darcy Cupson, Shepard Ramsey, Ava Benson, and Ellie Johnson. So they definitely have a lot of young talent, especially at the goalkeeper position. Alexa Murphy and the aforementioned Avery Johnson will kind of keep battling and keep making each other better as they split time throughout the in the cage for that goalkeeping role. And they'll return Carson Beatty next year, Syracuse commit. So bright future for field hockey. All right, we're gonna take a look at some of the clips from our last field hockey broadcast. So we'll send it to some of those now.
First up, we're going to be taking a look at the opening goal of the game. We're going to see Reese Eckenrode with the ball, who passes to Ellie Johnson. Gorgeous pass to give an amazing shot. Great job by both of them.
The Titan players. Moments later, fans storm on the field. All right, kind of wrap this whole show up with pretty much as much of a hype as we can get. Football, just as we mentioned, will play in the state championship. I know that I'm extremely pumped for that. I know the players are all pumped for that. The students are as well, along with some of the faculty who I know will make that trip to the Abbey. We're going to send it over to the play of the week, which will be Evan Goldschmidt's game-winning kick in the dying seconds of the semifinal against Flint Hill. But lastly, I just wanted to thank everyone who's tuned in throughout the fall season. It's been a great experience. I know that I've had a lot of fun. I know Sophia.
Definitely a lot of fun. I'm excited to be back for winter. I'm sure you are, Ryan, and we'll see Joe back here with us too.
Yeah, Joe wasn't feeling well today, but his spirit is here. He's with us, helping us out. And we're going to send it to that clip of the week, which will be Evan Goldschmidt's kick.
Evan Goldschmidt, the freshman.
Thank you guys for watching.
And it all comes down to this kick. Brennan Ridley is the holder. Evan Goldschmidt is the kicker. Snap is good. The kick is up. It's in! Oh, it's in! The freshman did it! The freshman did it! The Titans are going back to the state championship game! 30-28! Evan Goldschmidt, have a day, young man!
Interview who?
Trinity Benedictine, part 3, next week! Let's go! Evan Goldschmidt, my man! With the play of his life. Look at this. They got him on his shoulders. They are carrying that young man off the field. He is a freshman. That kid is a freshman. 38-yarder. I told you I saw him working on kicking this summer. You do it for moments like this, Silvio. Yeah. He did it.
Number 19, Freddie Barber.
All right, second half kickoff is going to stay in bounds. McWilliams looking to cut it across. Fights off a first attempt and finally brought down at the 24-yard line. And that's where Benedictine will take over to start the second half. And Silvio, you and I both just left the booth for a few minutes, and it is wild out there. The atmosphere is so hype from both sides. But Cadet fans definitely, you can tell that they're feeling it. They're sensing that it might be their day, and in the first half it was.
But as we talked about, Titans have worked from behind all season so far. Been behind kind of against, as we saw, St. Christopher's, Woodbury, Flint Hill last week. They played from behind and they've gotten some great wins, so it's going to be a close one.
First play is going to be a loss of yardage by Leo Bowling. Pretty incredible job by Leo actually to almost get back to the line of scrimmage. I thought he was about to be tackled 3 or 4 different times. Finally, it was Trey Cherry, the freshman, who made the tackle. Leo Bowling's a big man for a freshman to bring down there, but also Ryan Mitchell was in the backfield pretty much off the snap. Ryan did a great job. As we see him play a little more defense this year. And this time Zaire Rayner comes up and meets Bowling at the line of scrimmage, and that's 2 carries for no yards for Leo Bowling after he had such an incredible first half. So right off the bat here, Titans with a chance to go 3 and out.
Kind of like, that locker room. They're nice and fresh. They know the defense especially has a giant job to do of shutting down this offense. I mean, the first half, Benedictine was able to make those slow drives, get those first downs, and march down the field for those 2 scores that has them up 7 so far.
And now we have a timeout Trinity, and really hate to see them have to burn a timeout this early in the second half. I think maybe a little bit of confusion on personnel, but we talk about it, I feel like every week, Silvio. Well, maybe they're not taking the timeout. Correction, official timeout. My bad. Okay, so Titans still have all 3. And that could play a critical role later. It certainly did last week as Cody Shelton is brought down. Great tackle by Cameron Walker. And for the first time today, the Titans are able to go 3 and out on the defensive side. As Benedictine, every offensive possession in the first half, they were able to get at least 1 or 2 first downs, in addition, of course, to the 2 touchdowns. Well, other than the very last one where they took a knee, but wouldn't really count that. One thing at halftime, I was able to ascertain Jay Williams is officially out for the day. He tried to go on that high ankle sprain that just happened 2 or 3 days ago and just wasn't able to do it. Brennan Ridley is immediately met by Jordan Callahan. We saw Callahan make a huge catch in the first half on what I believe it was that 4th and 2.
Yeah, 4th and 2.
And he was able to catch it and all the way inside the 1, and there we see him make a big special teams play. And some Dropkick Murphys blasting here at Bobby Ross Stadium. All right, so good field position for the Titans.
It's time for the Titans offense to really step up to the plate. You know, we had the first drive, second drive, brought it down with a nice, some great defense. So they're really going to have to step it up here.
Trey Grant gained only about a yard, and yeah, this is the best field position Trinity's had so far today.
Simic on the stop.
Simic with another tackle. Other than the one play where he jumped off sides, he's had an incredible game, and even that play didn't really hurt them, as immediately after the Titans gave it that 5 yards right back on the false start. So 2nd and 9. Trey Grant has some room this time.
Grant on the carry.
It's a good gain, but not enough for a first down, as Trey Grant picked up 6 yards just across midfield.
On the stop for the Cadets.
Riker Cook, who we've seen in the backfield as a running back, that time made the tackle on the defensive side, and it is 3rd and 3 from the 48.
Third down and 2.
Again, big third down play with this offense. If they're going to really want to do anything this half, they're going to have to make it here. This is going to be a big momentum play for both the offense and defense, so Trinity's offense is going to have to get a first down.
Trey Grant is not going to get there. Stop well short of the first down, and there's also a flag that almost certainly is going to be holding on the Titans, and it is. So Cadets declined, 4th and 5 right at midfield. Hugh Stone had 2 great punts in the first half, but we don't see Hugh Stone. And now we do, actually, as the punt team is going to come on late. And officials stopping the clock again. They're just respotting the ball. They had it spotted at midfield, but now they actually push it back to the 48. Look for a fake as well. I would not be surprised. Okay, no, never mind. It is Hugh Stone. Another great kick. Fields it inside his own 5, Freddie Barber. But he might break this. Still up. Good return by Freddie Barber. There are flags, though, coming out. And I think at least one of those flags might be for a block in the back. Oh, I do see a face mask. Could have had the touchback and had it come out to the 20, but he was able to bring it past the 20, brought down to the 22. And you're going to add 15 more for a face mask personal foul. And even as the Titans look to gain momentum with a 3-and-out on defense, Cadets gain it right back with a 3-and-out of their own. And then an excellent punt return plus a penalty. Take it all the way out to the 37-yard line. Leo Bowling, not much room. He's pushed out of bounds.
Carry.
Deuce Edwards.
Deuce Edwards on the stop.
It is no gain. And at least so far in the second half, the Titans have done a much better job defending the run than they did in the first half. And it looks to me like maybe committing an extra guy down in the box is part of that defensive game plan for defensive coordinator, Coach Wally Rayner.
Yeah.
Shelton using his legs as he's done so effectively. That is right in front of the Trinity sidelines. They're going to say incomplete. Okay. Cadet fans wanted a catch. Obviously right in front of the Trinity bench. They're all signaling incomplete, and ultimately the officials did call incomplete. That is about as far away from us as possible, so I'll be honest, I couldn't tell if he caught it. But a great effort by Freddie Barber. And 3rd and 10. Can the Titans get another 3 and out? Barber was open on that last play. And the receiver slipped. I think he's looking for a flag, but I think he ran into the official. He got tripped by the ref there as number 1 Khalil Moore went down, and the Cadet students not too happy, but I think it was just a unfortunate coming together. Definitely unlucky for the Cadets as Moore looked to be pretty open and just ran into the ref and fell.
Don't see that too often.
4th down, and so far we've seen 3 possessions and 3 and outs in this third quarter. It's an angled punt, not going to give Brennan Ridley a chance here, and it goes out at the 36-yard line.
Emily Page, please come behind the bleachers. Emily Page, thank you.
The tension in the air right now is like, it's just thick. I mean, it's kind of what high school sports is about. I mean, and I think both sets of fans are completely into it, but also seem a little nervous. We all have been to enough high school games. You know, sometimes it's more of a social event. Not this one, man. Everybody is glued to the action. Brennan Ridley with a catch, but well defended by the Cadets. And Chris Johnson was the first to get to him. 4-yard gain, though, on 1st down. And really, that's the first positive pass play the Titans have had in quite some time, Silvio.
And you got to be looking for more of those like that. You got to be seeing those more passing plays, getting these first downs. As James Woodard, Trey Grant, they can't do anything in this backfield because of this Benedictine D-line. And right now, you got to look to Brendan Ridley, Deuce Edwards, and Davion Brown to make these plays to get these first downs.
Trey Grant has a first down, and first down for the Titans in a while. And all the way across the field, we see the Titans student section getting very excited. It's been a while since Trinity has been able to move the chains offensively after that opening drive that was pretty perfect. 1st and 10 Titans from the 47. This time Trey Grant picks up 2 or 3, gets right to just about midfield, right on the Benedictine logo there at the middle of the field. And it'll be 2nd and 8. Tegan steps up. He's looking for Brennan Ridley, but it's behind him. And
Flying on the coverage. Send it forward.
Tegan Logan and Brennan Ridley were not quite on the same page there.
Kind of a
Brennan
rare
kept going
turn.
long,
Yeah.
and Tegan kind of, I think, wanted him to come back to it. But
And 8.
even though Tegan hasn't been sacked much, he's been pressured quite a bit by this Benedictine front four. 3rd and 8. Good run for Trey Grant. He's going to be a little shy of a first down, though. He had a big hole, but great job by the Cadets defensively.
Yeah.
And
Stopped by Hutchins and Matalatala.
Matalatala made the tackle. I thought Trey was going to get there, so great job by Matalatala, number 58, the big D tackle. And it makes it 4th and 2. Titan offense still on the field. James Woodward and Trey Grant are both in the backfield this time as the 3rd down clock trickles towards 4 minutes. Brennan Ridley gets the direct snap. He has the first down, I believe. He didn't get a great spot, but
Logan on the carry.
it was Brennan Ridley on the carry there as he took over the quarterback position. I thought he had it, but it's going to be a huge spot here because that was 4th down.
Yeah, really important call here.
You've yet to see the officials place the ball down.
A lot of ruckus on the field.
And
VA tag TZK.
they
5818.
Titan fans are reacting like they got the first down, and then they did. So that was close. Different scheme pulled up there by offensive coordinator Malcolm Bell, putting Brennan Ridley in the quarterback position. And he needed 2. He got 2 and maybe a couple extra inches. 1st and 10 Titans from the Cadet 44-yard line. James Woodward breaks the tackle, and another. James Woodward breaks into the secondary. He's inside the 10. Tackled inside the 5, but a huge game by James Woodward. We've only seen him get a couple of carries today. He had a great game when these teams met 2 weeks ago. And he doesn't have the size of Trey Grant, but he's a little bit quicker.
Bit faster, bit shifty. You're able to break past that D-line there, and that's the speed that you're expecting to see when you run James Woodward.
But it was
in
a
your backfield.
touchdown-saving tackle by Callahan, though, and it is 1st and goal Titans just inside the 5. And Trey Grant having some issues with his helmet. Titans do get the playoff in time, and they give it to Trey Grant. He's able to pick up maybe 2 yards. Stopped at the 2.
Grant on the carry.
It'll
And all
be
the-
2nd and goal from the 2.
And all the sound right now in the stadium, it just seems like the momentum with that giant play is just completely shifted towards the Titans side. And you're expecting, if you're a Titan fan or just a Trinity fan over here, you have to score right now.
You have to score right now. Trey Grant is just short of the end zone. I mean, he's inside the 1. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Again on the carry.
And it is very loud here. Titans look to snap it quickly. Tegan Logan over the top. He's in! Touchdown, Tegan Logan! As he soared over the line. And Trinity has cut it to 1. Tegan Logan took off there. And shades of Tim Tebow as he leapt over that line.
Logan with the touchdown.
See flags come out here late, and this could have a big impact depending which way this is. If it's against the Titans, I think it's a post-snap penalty, but it could significantly change the extra point. If it's against the Cadets, we'll see. It's unsportsmanlike against both teams, I think.
So
Penalty to be on the kickoff.
They're going to enforce it on the kickoff. So Evan Goldschmidt going to look to tie it here.
Goldschmidt to attempt the point after.
And now stop and play. Officials talking to both teams, and my guess is just probably a little bit of a war of words going on down there in the trenches. So Evan Goldschmidt here with a chance to tie it if he can make the extra point. Brennan Ridley is the holder. And the kick is good. And we are tied at 14 apiece.
Attention. Blocking grass. Nissan Sentra. VA tag. T.
And we see the Titans student section across the way, jumping up and down, celebrating. We see the Titan mascot. Well, they may have just stopped jumping up and down when we got the camera on them, but
Need to remove your vehicle or will be towed. It will be towed.
well, 14 all. We've got 14 minutes and 36 seconds left in regulation.
Yeah.
We saw these teams on this same game 2 years ago be tied at 14 all at the end of regulation and go into overtime. We're still plenty of time left here in the third quarter, but I mean, I don't know what more you could ask for. These two rivals.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day. I'm not great at estimating crowds, but there are thousands and thousands of people here, and everybody's all in. The weather's perfect. The teams look evenly matched. I'm loving it, Silvio.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, energy on both sides. You can hear it from here at Benedictine, and I know the Tyne crowd is pumped just to talk throughout the week. And there's the foul. We're seeing Evan Goldschmidt having to play much further back than normal with this kickoff. And
Yeah, we've also seen Freddie Barber with some good returns.
Yeah.
So Cadets have a chance to potentially get excellent field position here. As the wind picks up, it knocked the ball off the tee. The wind helped Evan there as it was behind him. This time it's McWilliams, though, who's going to have the opportunity to bring it back. And he's tackled around the 30. So considering from a Titan standpoint how it could have gone with a 15-yard penalty, probably really not too bad to only be having to take over defensively at the 30-yard line. Cam Walker with yet another tackle there. He's been everywhere today, and they've needed him, particularly with Jay Williams unable to go. The heart and soul of the Titan defense, Jay Williams, with the high ankle sprain. All right, Cadet ball, 2:29 to go in the third. And we haven't really talked about the wind, but it is not a factor. I mean, it's not super windy, but there is a bit of a wind. And one of the things is, I'll finish that thought after the play, tough run for Bowling. He had very limited room, but he still picked up a couple. Cooper Gardner made the tackle. I was just going to say, talking to some of the coaches at halftime, they said some of the overthrows in the first half were due to the wind.
Yeah.
So the Titans had the wind at their back in the second quarter and again here in the third. But in the fourth quarter, the Cadets will have that wind at their back as the wind is blowing, I guess that would be north to south, down towards the James River. Good catch by Freddie Barber. He has a first down. And a nice throw as well by Cody Shelton. James Woodward, who had that huge run offensively on the last possession, made the tackle. And it's out to the 41-yard line, and that gets the Cadet crowd hyped again as they've been a little bit quieter, just a little, here in the third quarter. Yeah, this beautiful campus sits right by the James River, as does Trinity's, just separated by the river and probably just about 2 miles apart as the crow flies. But worlds apart right now in terms of what each fan base is hoping for. Nothing doing for Leo Bowling there as Trey Cherry came down and made the tackle.
James Woodward there as well. As you see, I think we talked about James Woodward on the amazing offensive play. Also, he's on that tackle there. He's had to step up a lot with this new season with the offense, the defense, especially incorporating his running game and taking a big part of the safety and now kind of covering all over the field. seems like a lot of these guys are having to step up to make a much larger impression now.
Yeah, and it really is a next man up kind of a deal here with Jay Williams out, Bowen Knight out, and Shelton has a lot of time. He goes short, incomplete. Cadets want a flag, and there is a very, very, very late flag that comes out. Not saying it was a bad call, but it definitely took the official some time to get his flag out of his pocket there. But to be pass interference against the Titans. But to finish the point I was making in terms of guys stepping up, we see Brennan Ridley playing as a safety now, who pretty much his whole Trinity career has only been an offensive player and a special teams kick returner. We see Cooper Gardner, Ryan Mitchell, guys who've been O-linemen their whole career, now playing on the D-line, and freshmen like Trey Cherry and Khalid Rayner playing huge minutes. Cody Shelton keeps. It's strung out. He shows off his speed. He has a first down. He was knocked out of bounds by Brennan Ridley, but Shelton picked up a first down. And it is Benedictine first down. The yard line is the 33 of the Titans. It's got just about 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Great run by Leo Bowling. He picked up 8 yards. I didn't see a hole, but he somehow found his way and picked his way for an 8-yard gain. And I suspect that will be the last play of the third quarter. Cadets maybe looking to get one more play off here as the clock winds down. They tried the hard count, but that is the end of the third quarter. So one of the Titans almost jumped, but didn't cross the line of scrimmage. And so after 3 quarters of play, we are right back where we started, all tied up. Trinity Episcopal 14, Benedictine 14. Silvio, do you need a 30-second break before the fourth quarter?
I think we could just keep rolling. I mean,
tell you what, talk for 30 seconds. Let me catch my breath and tell us what to look for here.
I think right now in the fourth, looking at this drive, you're going to be looking at paying attention to Leo Bowling and the running game the Cadets have been able so strongly to introduce. Hamlin, you talked about Ryan Mitchell, Cooper Gardner, a lot of these D linemen that are coming back in. Cameron Walker, those kind of 3, 4, 5 guys are going to have a tremendous job coming up in this fourth quarter, stopping Leo Bowling, stopping Cody Shelton, stopping the running game, which is kind of why the Cadets right now are able to go so far. We talked about Leo Bowling not being able to find those holes, but still carrying for 8, 9, 10 yards, and these first downs, you got to make a stop eventually, and they're just not coming up with it.
These cars will be towed. You're blocking the grass exit.
And again, I'm hoping to see when we get back to the tie-in offense more throwing games.
All right. Fourth quarter is going to begin with a 2nd down and 2 from the 25. Shelton back to pass. It's well covered by the Titans, and great job by Trey Cherry and James Woodward, and going to be 3rd and 2. If anyone was going to catch that, probably the closest man to it was James Woodward, the free safety. Shelton's going to keep it. I think he has it. It's really close. And it's really going to depend on the spot. He does have it. He does have it. Cody Shelton needed 2 yards, and he got 2 yards. So Cadet fans going crazy as they'll have a first down. And I mean, I'd say they're in field goal range, but of course they're going to want to get 6. Pitch to Leo Bowling. He fights off 1 tackle, but ultimately he's actually going to be tackled for a loss there. And it was Ryan Mitchell who made the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 11.
And again, as we said, great play from Ryan Mitchell. You're going to have to be looking for his name kind of all through the rest of this fourth quarter. And if it goes to overtime, you're going to have to be really paying close attention to those guys on the D-line.
On 2nd and 11, Shelton yelling out the play. Hands off to Bowling. Bowling has a positive gain. It's pushed out of bounds by Zaire Rayner. And he didn't get a first down, but he got pretty close. It was 2nd and 11, and that's going to make it 3rd and 1. 10-yard gain by Leo Bowling. Zaire Rayner made potentially, though, a touchdown-saving tackle there.
Yeah.
This time Cody Shelton goes under center, and he powers his way. He's got a first down. So he looked a little bit like Jalen Hurts there, going under center and showing off his strength. So first down, Cadets just outside the 10-yard line. It's inside the 11, but outside the 10. So for all intents and purposes, first and goal. Well, it is first and goal, actually. Yeah, long 10 yards is right. Shelton carries again. He slips past some would-be tacklers and gets inside the 5. Almost went all the way, but kind of maybe looked like he tripped over his own feet.
I think he did, yeah.
Just about a yard and a half short. They give it to him quickly. James Woodward stops him. He's not in. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1.
We're going to see the same thing again, but I think that's the goal kind of right now. Just keep pushing Cody Shelton or Leo Bowling into that end zone and get yourself up a couple points here.
Yeah, 3rd and 1 from the 1. This time Shelton back under center. He pitches it out to Leo Bowling. Touchdown, Benedictine. They got him outside for the score, and the Cadets retake the lead, 20-14. Great response by Benedictine after the Titans drove down the field to tie it.
Yeah.
Extra point is good. And with 9:25 left in the state championship game, Benedictine leads 21-14. Really impressive 70-yard drive there by the Cadets. Mostly on the ground, mixed in a couple of passes. Cody Shelton and Leo Bowling did most of the damage with their legs. And the Titans find themselves in a position they've been 3 of the last 4 weeks, which is trailing in the fourth quarter.
And they're going to have to call upon that offense. There's been a lot of shaky 3 and outs that we've seen back to back to back to back. Of course, these defenses have been playing extremely well. But I think that the Titans are good here. We're going to have to call on Brendan Ridley or Trey Grant to have a good return to get Titans in a good field position.
Yeah, and I think maybe field position, or excuse me, let me start that sentence over. I think maybe fatigue played a little bit of a role for the Titan D on that last possession. It just looked like they were kind of gassed, and the tackling, which has been so sure for most of the season, was not as great as we've seen it at times. And, of course, you got to give a lot of credit as well to Leo Bowling, who's a tough man to bring down, as well as Shelton. Kickoff sails through the end zone. Benefits a little bit from that wind that's going from north to south. And it'll be Trinity ball at their own 20. 9:25 to go. Sylvia, you probably got time for a couple more possessions if you're the Titans.
Yep.
So, of course, you obviously desperately want to score a touchdown here if you can. even if you don't, you probably have time for one more possession after this, but it's really it's winning time for both these teams.
Yeah.
And for the Cadets, you really couldn't ask for anything more. You've lost the last 2 years to the Titans in this championship game. Your only loss this year was to this Trinity team, and if you're a Benedictine senior, as there's a fumble, potentially Cadets say they have it, and they do. And
what a fumble that
That is a huge play, the first turnover of the game. Trey Grant fumbles, and the Cadets fall on it. They're going to have incredible field position. And I was just about to say, if you're Benedictine, there's no way you'd rather finish your career if you're one of the seniors than to beat these Titans who have ended your hopes and dreams the last couple years. And after that massive fumble, they've got to feel like they are awfully close to doing just that.
Yeah.
Still 9:17 to go, but this Titan defense that we were just talking about is potentially pretty fatigued, is going to have to go right back out there. They were just on the field for over 14 plays, and they're right back out there with very little rest. Leo Bolin picks up 2. Cam Walker with the tackle.
Bowling on the carry. Mitchell on the stop.
Shelton keeps, and he picked up 3 yards.
Shelton on the run.
James Woodward with the tackle.
I think it's just
3rd and 5.
So the first man to the play right there. You're really requiring a lot of your guys to make a lot of big plays, and now the Cadets see themselves in a 3rd and 5 situation where they're going to want to capitalize on the fumble.
James Woodward did a great job there diagnosing that play and avoiding a block, or Shelton would have had a lot more room. 3rd and 5. Inside the 20. Play action. Shelton is brought down by Love, Mason Love. And they're going to attempt a field goal here. So we mentioned this earlier, Silvio, that Cole Drauker has a big leg.
Yep.
He also has the wind at his back. This should be about a 36-yard field goal for Cole Drauker. It's a good hold. It is good. Drauker gets it just inside the left upright. And that is a huge play as it makes it a 2-possession game with only 7:27 to go. The Titans will have to score on this next possession and then find a way to get the ball back and try and score again.
I mean, that just kind of shows you the giant fumble that happened with the leading off to now, making the Titans now down even more.
Yeah, that fumble by Grant and the ensuing field goal by Drauker. The Cadets hang on and win this. Might have to look at that as the key moment of the game.
TUR 1703. Nissan Sentra TZK 5818. The truck company, the towing company is on its way. Please remove your car. Brooke gonna kick off.
Another great kick by Drauker, and he has had a huge role here in the 4th quarter. He pinned the Titans back to their own 20 on the previous kickoff. The very first play, Grant fumbles. Then Drucker hits a field goal to make it a 10-point lead, and now he puts another one through the end zone. And we saw for ourselves how important kickers can be last week with Evan Goldschmidt hitting the game winner, and now we're seeing the Cadets kicker playing such a big role here. So Titans pretty much in a must-score situation here with 7:27 to go in the ball game, down 10, and with 80 yards to go. Hagan Logan's throw is incomplete, well covered, and Rodri McWilliams almost was able to make a diving interception.
Great pressure that we've talked about. Not many sacks have happened all day for either team, but immense pressure has been produced by Benedictine's D-line and their edge rushers there to make Hagan Logan scramble out in that pocket and be able to find his great wide receivers downfield.
Trey Grant. It's a powerful run by Trey Grant. He's short of a first down, but picks up a good gain of about 8 yards. And the tackle was made there by Riker Cook. Got to give a lot of credit to Coach Mickens having faith in Trey Grant after he had just fumbled to give it right back to his workhorse. This time it's a fake to Grant. Short pass is complete to Sam DeFrancesca, and that is a first down. So the Titans will move the chains. It's 3rd and 2. They picked up 4 yards there.
Pass complete for Trinity. First down. Sam DeFrancesca.
Again, play action, a lot of pressure on Logan, and he is going to go down. The ball came out again. I believe the Titans did retain possession, but that's a loss of 7 or 8 yards.
Very punishing there.
I didn't see who got the sack, but a lot of pressure by several different Cadets, and make it 2nd and 17. Brennan Ridley. That wide receiver screen was well defended. It's also a flag as I think one of the linemen got a block in the back there. It was a gain of only a couple anyway, so will the Cadets accept the penalty and make it 3rd and over 20, or 2nd and about 25, or they could decline it and make it 3rd and about 15. And they're going to accept the penalty, I believe. Block in the back. So it will be 2nd down still, but 2nd and a lot.
Yeah.
See where they end up marking this ball all the way back at the 15-yard line. Titans need to get it all the way out to the 42. So it's 2nd and 27. And these Titans have pulled off several miracles this year, but they're looking at what would probably be the most miraculous comeback yet if they can somehow find a way to get this done with under 6 minutes left to go. Again, Tegan is pressured. Big time pressure in his own end zone. He is able to get a throw out there. No flags, but it's going to be 3rd and 27. And the Cadets can sense if they can get a stop here.
You're going to have a quick 3-and-out or interception for anything to happen for the Titans. If they are stopped here, you're going to have to score and make something out of this 3rd down play.
Again, Tegan is pressured. gonna be sacked. They're gonna say he was down. No, he tried to throw it, but he was already down, and on 4th and forever, all the way back at the 5, Titans are gonna go ahead and punt, and I guess you really have no other choice because you of course don't want to give the ball back to the Cadets. However, it would have been 4th and 37, and if you don't get it, which you're probably not going to, the Cadets would have incredible field position. So Houston, who's had 2 really good punts so far, deep in his own territory. He gets off another pretty good one. Freddie Barber feels that he's immediately tackled. Great tackle made there in the open field by Trey Cherry. But Benedictine will have good field position at the 30-yard line, less than 5 minutes to go.
But to me now, it's going to be shifted all in the Cadets' favor. They're going to have, of course, just still 5 minutes left. A lot of work for them to do still to make another score and shut out this game and take a win. If Titans are able to 3-0 them, it's going to be a pretty close one.
Yeah, you're right, Silvio. Almost has to be 3 and out. Titans do still have all 3 timeouts. Leo Bowling, no surprise that he gets the carry. Straight up the middle, picks up 4, and gets that clock moving. Second down and 6. And for one of the first times today, this Cadet crowd, which has been incredibly loud, gets quiet for their offense. Leo Bowling bounces it outside, and he is close to a first down. He got the first down. He is limping off. It was Brennan Ridley with the tackle, and he's also limping off, which is also, if the Titans have any chance of a comeback, Brennan Ridley is, of course, one of your main offensive weapons. So Ridley tackled Bowling. They both limped off. It was a pretty hard collision there, but a first down for the Cadets and allows them to keep the clock moving. Now it's Riker Cook. He could go. He will go. Touchdown, Benedictine. And that might just about do it. 30-14.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Riker Cook with that last touchdown.
Yeah, Riker Cook showing his speed there. And that extra point was huge as well, just because it makes it a 3-possession game. It would have, if he misses that at 16, in theory you still could have 2 touchdowns, 2-point conversions. I know, just trying to look at it optimistically from a Titan standpoint, but that extra point makes it a 3-possession game. And Brennan Ridley, one of the top receivers for the Titans, limped off. I don't know if he's going to be able to go. He usually returns kicks. I don't see him out there. Deuce Edwards back, as well as Devion Brown. And Sweet Caroline rings out, and the Cadet fans are going crazy.
And this just shows the sound right now, the rivalry between these two teams. 3 years back to back to back. It looks like the Benedictine will come out on this one, and they'll be since 2019 they will take the state championship unless a miracle that the Titans are able to pull off somehow.
And Devion Brown not able to handle the kickoff. It will be a touchback as he sort of bobbled it out of bounds. Sweet Caroline resumes, and yeah, it's party time for the Cadets. And I think you can see, and understandably so, a lot of pent-up frustration from having lost 5 straight to the Titans these last 3 years, and I get it. And, you know, having been a part of this rivalry for over 30 years, and I know after, you know, they had beaten us in basketball for over a decade straight, and when we finally beat them, I know what that felt like to get that monkey off of the back. And it hasn't been that long, you know, since Benedictine beat Trinity in football. It's been 4 years, I guess, but still, it's been, you know, so close so many times, and these Cadet players, you know, none of them will have won a state championship yet, and so of course, as well as the student section, you gotta give it to them. You gotta hand it to them. Today it looks like you said, barring a miracle, it's going to be their day, and they're enjoying the heck out of it, and I would expect nothing less. Titans run it there with Trey Grant. It's going to be 3rd and 9. And Brennan Ridley's trying to gut it out, but you see, I mean, he's limping. Devion Brown is limping, and in no way am I making excuses because the Cadets have put themselves in this position because they have earned it. But a lot of the Titans' big weapons have tried to fight through injury, and adrenaline can only carry you so far.
Yeah.
Good run there by Grant. It's going to be 4th and short. It's going to be 4th and 1, and we're getting some Cadet students making some song requests from us. We're not able to do that. On this 4th down, Grant does get it, so it keeps even just the sliver of hope alive for the Titans. I mean, with 2:30 to go and 17 down, it's about a 1% chance, but if they hadn't got the first down there, it would officially be 0.
Yeah, I say, what great seasons for both teams. I mean, I think we talked Benedictine coming in 10-1, only lost to the Titans a couple weeks ago, and what a game that was for them. And even today, Titans kind of a miracle they were even able to play today.
Nice coverage there by Khalil Moore on Deuce Edwards, and Khalil is letting Deuce know about it, and a little bit of trash talk, and Cadets, I mean, they are just sensing it, and you expect nothing less. 2nd and 10. Taking Logan, great pass. Devion Brown makes the catch. It is a first down for the Titans.
Complete. Devion Brown, first down, Trinity.
Under 2 minutes now. And the fact that Devion Brown's even out there is just talks about his toughness. I mean, he's got a broken toe. He's got sprained hip flexor, and he's doing everything he can. That pass is caught by Taylor Benson, and great job by Taylor. A big gain there, about 40 yards on the play. And really happy for Taylor Benson, a guy who
him on his last game of the season
doesn't get a ton of targets, but he just caught that ball for over 40 yards and puts the Titans into Cadet territory inside the 25 with 90 seconds to go. And I believe it's going to be a timeout called for here by Benedictine. And that should leave them with 2 left. Coach Lilly, I think, just wanting to make sure that they don't do anything silly here and give up anything, but also just a chance to savor the moment and enjoy it. And I believe the song that was just requested by the cadet students, Dixieland Delight, is being played over the loudspeakers, and shades of Bryant Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa as Dixieland Delight rings out over Bobby Ross Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. All right, Tegan Logan still pressured as he has been all day. Caught again by Taylor Benson, and it's the Cadets' day, but if there's one silver lining for Titans, it's Taylor Benson coming up with 2 big catches in the final game of his career, and happy for that young man who's worked his tail off and not, as I said before, gotten a ton of catches in his career. Titans look for Benson again. Almost picked off, but it is ultimately incomplete as Khalil Moore got his hands on it. And really, Benson made a great play there to prevent the interception. So it'll be 2nd down and goal. 1:03 to go. Tegan is thrown for a sack. Luca Puccinelli, the Wake Forest commit, in his final high school game, brings down Tegan Logan. And it'll be 3rd down and goal, back at the 17. And looked for Brennan Ridley. There's Khalil Moore again. He's been on a lot of the coverages on this possession, and it's 4th and goal. This could be the last offensive play for the Titans, or probably
for the game, yeah.
Well, even if they do score, barring some sort of onside kick, it is going to be the last offensive play whether they score or not. Looking at 23 seconds left. And folks, when this is over, stick around for a minute as Tegan Logan's pass is complete to Bryden Kelly. It's going to be stopped short of the end zone, though, and ball is going to turn over on downs to the Cadets as the Cadet students are making their way down to the field and poised to storm the field. Want to get that? Just give folks an idea of what you're about to see on the field. No, just going to say, when we finish, stick around for a minute because I want to just give some final thoughts about what the Cadets have done this season. But before we do that, for the Titan fans still with us, Titan Nation just owes a huge thank you to this group of seniors. They're going to come up short today, but they've had the best careers you could have ever imagined. They put Trinity football on the map. These seniors will have won 2 state championships and gotten to a 3rd state championship and made this Trinity Episcopal football program the envy of the state. And so they have absolutely nothing to hold their heads about. It's just been an incredible, magical ride with this group of seniors, and Titan Nation cannot thank the senior class enough for all they've done. As we see the head coaches come together and embrace Coach Mickens and Greg Lilly, who has led these cadets to the state championship. And now I just have to take a minute. I think it's no secret to anybody watching this that I went to Trinity, I work at Trinity, I love Trinity, but got to tip my cap, man. Benedictine was unbelievable today. They got behind on the opening possession, but on their first play from scrimmage, it was the 65-yard halfback pass from Leo Bowling to Riley Rorty. And every time that the Titans came back and tied it late in the third, and just the Cadets took every shot and they came back. They're going to complete an 11-1 season and avenge the only blemish on their record, which was that loss to the Titans. In just a second here, I think you're going to see the Cadet students who've been incredible today supporting their team are going to go out and celebrate with their players. And just want to give nothing but props to Benedictine, and hopefully we can capture the moment for you. And here it is. Cadets, the moment you all have been waiting for. Celebration time. Congratulations to the 2023 Division I State Football Champions, the Benedictine Cadets.
Long time in the making, and we talked about, I don't really think we talked about it enough. And, the aspect. This is the third year in a row where these two teams face off. Tines winning it the first two times, Benedictine coming out top this year. And just what a rivalry, and these two teams, like we said, 5-1 now. That the Titans are to Benedictine in the last 3 years. So what a just rivalry between these two teams. And again, props to Benedictine for the amazing game they had. Even when they were able to tie it all back it up, they had that great fumble and the Riley the Cook touchdown to kind of seal it away. So amazing from them.
Yeah, man, Silvio. It's been fun. It's been really fun working with you. Not necessarily how we would have wanted to end this partnership, but we have been up in these booths together. I don't know the exact number of times, but certainly every home game, and now a couple away games as well. And it was fun this week watching back our first state championship game together 2 years ago, and your voice has changed. You've gotten a little bit bigger, a little bit better at your job, and hopefully I have too. And it's just been fun growing together. And we had our old producer Jeff Bell, now we have younger sibling Ash Bell, and thanks again to Briggs Pinar today for his help and everything that Carter Tyree has done. And thanks to Athletic Director Anna Prilliman, who kind of made TESPN a thing and allowed us to be able to bring you the sights and sounds of high school athletics at its finest. And it's just been a really fun ride, and today was the Cadets Day. And I do think it kind of one of those deals where here in the 804, a rising tide lifts all ships. And as Trinity football improved, Benedictine had a bar set for them. And I'm sure every day for the last 364 days, they've been thinking about getting revenge, and they did it today. And today, Benedictine Nation, it's your day. So absolutely nothing but congratulations. The atmosphere here was incredible. And this loss will sting for Titan Nation, but we've had some great ones as well. So I don't know. I don't know if this is the last chapter in this football rivalry. It is for a lot of these seniors, but I have a feeling both these teams are going to continue to make noise. A lot of great underclassmen out on the field today.
I'm excited.
Can't wait till next year.
I think you said that. Years to come, I'm excited to see where all these guys go. The seniors in our class, can't wait to see a lot of their commits. Seniors for Benedictine, and just kind of the underclassmen for a bunch of these guys. Can't wait to see where they go play in their future careers. And overall excited for these two programs.
Yeah, absolutely, Silvio. All right, well, for TESPN, we'll be back here pretty soon at basketball all winter, girls and boys basketball. Looking forward to that for sure. It's been a really fun football season. And Silvio, let me ask you, what was the highlight of this football season for you, and then your 3 years in the booth?
This season, last week, Flint Hill, game winner, field kick for them for sure. Or I mean, just I think FUMA, our first game back, and that was kind of last year's senior season overall. I'm so glad that I chose to commentate instead of doing anything else. I'll do a bunch of other sports for the rest of the year, but this is definitely my favorite one, and a couple favorite games. Can't wait to cheer for the boys with a bunch of the other wins and sad loss, but I know they'll get over it pretty fast. They got a lot of bright futures ahead of them, so I can't wait for more sports to come.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And yeah, I agree. So many highlights these last few years, and this year as well. Titans had a great season, but today Benedictine was the better team, and I think they are about to, at least someone's asking them to play We Are the Champions, and I think that's maybe our sign to get off the air and let the Cadets celebrate this championship. Thanks so much, everybody that watched and everybody that worked on this broadcast today. Congratulations, Cadets. Nothing to be ashamed of, Titans. Unbelievable season, unbelievable run. Thanks, everybody who watched, and we will see you this winter for Titan basketball. Once again, one last time, thanks to Silvio Troy, Carter Tyree, Ash Bell, Briggs Pinar. I'm Rick Hamlin signing off. Good night.